Now, live, as promised, it's 16 minutes past 11. It's my great pleasure to welcome to Black Country Radio James Harris and Paul Beadle. Welcome, guys. Hi there. Thanks for coming in. And they look like a couple of proper musicians. And I'm now only the third best-looking bloke in the studio, which you know, never mind. So James is here with a beautiful Taylor acoustic, and Paul's got a bunch of instruments that look a bit like drums and cymbals, and there's a flute, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. So, guys, tell our listeners a little bit about yourselves before we get into some music.
Okay, well, we've both been working on music for many years. We just started working together recently, a few months ago, really.
Yeah, not very long at all. Really. Yeah.
And first gig was we did a gig at Katie's,
didn't we, in Stourbridge?
Yeah.
What a wonderful venue. I was there Sunday after.
That's where we met you, wasn't it?
That's where we originally met.
I think we might have met at Katie Fitzgerald's, actually.
Yeah, that's where we we just sort of jammed there at the open mic at Katie's and thought
And it worked.
It worked.
Yeah. It worked straight away, which is unusual.
Yeah. So two musicians, and it worked straight away, which, as you say, Paul, is quite unusual. Yeah. So let's hear how well it does work. No pressure. So what's the first number you guys are going to play for us today?
It's entitled Beguiled. It's a little love song that I sort of wrote recently. Finished writing it Christmas Eve, actually.
Okay.
But there's no sleigh bells in it.
You wrote a song called Beguiled on Christmas Eve. Yeah. You had a very Merry Christmas, did you, James? Yeah. Right. Okay. Without further ado, live and local, live and exclusive here on Black Country Radio, we have James Harris and Paul Beadle and Beguiled. Take it away, guys.
Fires of hell are burning bright. The light of love in her eyes. Fires of hell are burning bright. I see the light of love in her eyes. I'm in the line of fire. There's fire in my soul. For the one I'll never hold. Fires of hell are burning bright. I see the light of love in your eyes. The fires of hell, they burn so bright. I see the light of love in your eyes. I'm in the line of fire. There's fire in my soul. I burn with desire for the one I cannot hold. Will I ever be free? Love, Lord, and lost in your mercy. I'm beguiled hopelessly. Your beauty tortures me. Fires of hell are burning bright. I see the light of love in your eyes. Fires of hell are burning bright. I see the light of love Your beauty touches me. Love long and lost at your mercy. I'm beguiled hopelessly. The fires of hell are burning bright. I see the light of love in your eyes. The fires of hell are burning bright. I see the light of love in your eyes.
You, an audience of one. Well, actually, not an audience of one. An audience of one person in the studio and about 50,000 people out there in Black Country Radio Land. For your exclusive listening pleasure, that was James Harris and Paul Beadle live in the studio here in the heart of the Black Country, and a song of James's called Beguiled, which he wrote on Christmas Eve. And I'm a great lyrics man, so I was listening to the lyrics intently. So I pretty much picked up what that's all about, James. But for the benefit of our listeners, do you want to? What's behind that song?
It's just a little song about unrequited love, basically.
Yeah. And there's lots of those, and that's as good as it gets. Fantastic, absolutely great stuff. So you guys got any gigs coming up locally, either collectively or individually in the near future?
Together, we've got a couple of gigs booked at the moment. The first one is in June. I'm not sure what day, but it's on a Sunday at the Windsor in Bearwood at Professor Firestead's.
Oh, yeah, Sunday afternoons.
Sunday session, that's the one, yeah.
But you've got quite a few solo things coming up.
Yeah, I've got my next gig's in Bognor Regis on
Is it really?
on Star Wars Day on the 4th of May.
Yeah. May the 4th be with you in Bognor Regis.
Indeed. And Paul and I have got a gig. We're playing at a big steampunk thing in September.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward
7th
to
of
that
September. That should be good fun.
Yeah.
The details are all on my Facebook page.
Any chance to wear my top hat?
Okay, well, what we'll do, because it's all about the music, let's have another song, and when we've had this song, we can then direct our listeners as to how they can sort of contact you guys, get to your Facebook page, and track down where you're playing. So I know you're playing at the Fixed Wheel Brewery shortly as well. Have I got that right? Yeah.
I don't think I lose track. I might be.
Okay, rock and roll. Hey, it's like those great rock and roll stories, isn't it? You hear about the bands where, and all they want is a little piece of paper under the hotel door in the morning, saying what time it is, or what time we've got to be in the lobby, and which city are we in? Brilliant stuff. So what's the next song called, James?
This is called Driftwood. This is one I wrote with a couple of friends quite a few years ago now. And
okay. Yeah. Brilliant. So Driftwood, James Harris and Paul Beadle, exclusively live and local here on Black Country Radio with their second tune of the morning. This is Driftwood. Take it away, guys. Fantastic. Driftwood. James Harris and Paul Beadle, live and local from the heart of the Black Country here on Black Country Radio. Guys, that was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
We've got to go into the news in about a minute's time, so thanks so much for coming in and playing live and exclusively for our listeners out there in Black Country Radio land. So I'm sure they'll all want to get in touch with you. How do our listeners get in touch with you?
Okay, you can find details of our gigs on my page, James Harris Acoustic. Paul's got some other upcoming gigs. You've got a gig Friday, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm in a band called Bird Brother. It's a duo.
Fantastic.
We've got a thing at Claptrap in Stourbridge starting about 8:30.
Yeah.
And then I've got another thing on the Thursday afterwards, which is the 25th, at Katie Fitzgerald's. That's a full gig, that one.
Yeah,
So the
fantastic.
Claptrap one is only a little half an hour slot, about 8:30. Then the other one on the next Thursday, the 25th, is
Full gig, yeah.
yeah. So it's the 19th and the 25th.
Okay, guys, that's fantastic. Thank you so much again for coming in.
Thank you, Gary.
I will reiterate to all of you lot out there in Black Country Radio land precisely how you can get in touch with James and Paul, how to interact. That's the wonderful thing about social media, isn't it? You know, you just go to Facebook and
It helps.
and it's not difficult. We're going to go into the local news on the half hour now. Guys, thank you very much once again.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
That's a lot.